For the first 3 games of the series, the A's starting pitching has been nothing but spectacular, behind no earned runs allowed in 17-plus innings. Unfortunately, all they have to show for it is just 1 win. Last night, the offense woke up for 6 runs, with 4 coming against one of the elite pitchers in the game. Today, Trevor Cahill will look to get the A's back to 500 and split the series with the Tigers. Sunday baseball in Oakland. A's-Tigers next. Sunday afternoon baseball from the Coliseum. A's-Tigers wrapping this baby up, and that is the giveaway today. Kids wristbands, and they are looking good, folks. So that's the giveaway today. Nice crowd expected, and Trevor Cahill is going to take the hill. So the A's will try to even up this series. It's the Tigers and the Athletics, the final of the 4-game set, coming up on Comcast Sportsnet, California. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's Baseball. Along with Ray Fossey, I'm Glenn Kuiper. Good win for the A's last night, and they did it by beating a pretty good pitcher and a guy for the A's that's starting to hit, David DeJesus. 3 hits in the series so far. He's starting to hit, and that's a good thing.
You know, David's leading off today. He's been hitting 3rd in the lineup, and I asked him about, the best hitter usually hits 3rd. He said, I may not be in that category, but the thing that David does so well, he uses the whole field. That makes him so valuable. Even in the 3rd spot, he can drive into runs going opposite field. There's an opposite field shot there, driving in a run. But if he goes gap to gap, he's going to do a lot of great things for this ball club. He's an outstanding defensive right fielder. He's playing center today with Coco getting the day off. But an outstanding acquisition by A's general manager Billy Beane during the offseason to solidify not only the outfield, but the offense as well.
So 5 for 9, 3 RBIs for DeJesus in this series. Pitching matchup, Trevor Cahill against Brad Penny. So a couple of right-handers today.
Well, for Trevor Cahill, they start against the Chicago White Sox. He could not grip the ball very well in the first 2 innings, and it cost him a lot of pitches. Should be a lot better this afternoon. Brad Penny, 11-year veteran for the Detroit Tigers, signed as a free agent to help him in their rotation. But Trevor Cahill needs to pitch well today. This is his 2nd start since signing his big contract. He needs to forget about that. He has the security. He's going to be in this rotation for a lot of years. He might as well continue to pitch well.
And a lot of pitches thrown by the bullpen in this series. So Trevor Cahill, it would certainly help if he went deep into the game. So A's-Tigers, we're about set to go. We'll have lineups, and we'll have the first pitch from the Coliseum in just a moment. Well, the A's take the field behind Trevor Cahill as we are wrapping up this series. The A's and the Tigers game time weather brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission is free, and the boardwalk is open for spring break. That's April 16th until May 1st. 62 degrees, so a nice day. Overcast, though. I don't know that we'll see the sun this afternoon, but that's okay. 62 degrees, and we'll take it. Tigers won the first 2 games of the series, and the A's won last night. Let's look at the Tigers lineup for this afternoon. Will Rhymes will lead off at second. Austin Jackson in center. Brendan Bosch, the DH today. The big guy, Miguel Cabrera in the cleanup spot. Ryan Rayburn in left. Don Kelly will play third today. Johnny Peralta at short. Alex Avila, the catcher. And Casper Wells will be in right field.
And, of course, when Trevor pitches at the Coliseum,
and at third base, number 22.
it is White Rabbit, of course. And he takes the mound looking for a win here against the Detroit Tigers. He has a couple of no decisions and 1 win on the season, and coming off a start against the White Sox that much nicer conditions today should be a much better performance by Trevor, especially early in the game.
So Will Rhymes, the left-handed hitter, steps in the batter's box. So we're about set to go from the Coliseum.
97 pitches for Trevor in just 4 2/3 innings last start. 105 4 2/3 against the Mariners in his first one. So he'd like to do what he did against the Blue Jays, 8 innings.
First pitch of the ball game is just a bit low, so we're underway.
And a delightful 60 degrees.
Will Rhymes hitting .220, a couple of RBIs on the year, and he takes a strike. Rhymes is 1 for 4 in this series. To right field, Connor Jackson is there, and that is out, number 1. Let's line up the A's defense. Willingham, DeJesus, Jackson in the outfield. LaRoche, Pennington, Ellis Barton on the infield, and Landon Powell is behind the plate today for Trevor Cahill. So Landon getting a start. For Suzuki the day off.
He got a start last Sunday in Minneapolis and had a very good day. Couple of hits. Caught a winner. And you never lose anything when Landon Powell's behind the plate. Kurt Suzuki gets today and tomorrow off, as it's a scheduled day off tomorrow.
Austin Jackson is the hitter. Slow start for the young center fielder, just a 170 average. Jackson 0 for 8 in the series and 0 for his last 13.
Well, the young man's got to be a star. There's no doubt. And I think the Tigers made a good move by acquiring him when the Yankees wanted the veteran Curtis Granderson. Jackson's going to cover a lot of ground, especially at the huge Comerica Park. Gap to gap in the outfield. He'll cover the center field area.
Strike 3 call. Jackson caught looking, 2 outs here in the first.
In the Dodge Charger, keys to the game. Offense helps split the series. We talked on Friday. The A's will be trying, hopefully, to even the series today. And indeed, winning last night, that's the case for Trevor Cahill, the comforts of the Coliseum. He definitely likes to pitch here. 13 in a row, day off tomorrow. So the A's in a nice stretch, and they'd like to go into tomorrow with a 500 record before the Red Sox come in.
That'll be a 2-game set starting Tuesday. Tuesday night, Wednesday afternoon for Boston. And then a road trip for the Athletics to Seattle and to Anaheim. Brennan Bosch swings and fouls it back.
To stay in the same time zone.
Yeah.
Right from the California, Toronto, from the West Coast to the East Coast time, and then back to the Central. And so after this homestand, Seattle, Anaheim, and then back to the Coliseum.
Bounced up the middle. Ellis behind the bag at second, flips to first, and a very nice 3-up, 3-down inning for Trevor Cahill. Bottom of the first coming up. Brad Penny to face the Athletics. Bang to Jesus Barton Jackson. And then it's Willingham, Matsui Ellis, Nevada Powell, LaRoche, and Pennington. That is the Fremont Bank A starting lineup.
Well, the A's picked up a veteran in Brad Penny. 11 years in the big leagues, around both leagues. The pitcher, but still very good with a low to mid-90s fastball, pretty good sinker. He's got the curve, slider, changeup, and a split to go along with his good fastball. So he's a veteran. He knows how to pitch.
The defense behind Penny. Rayburn, Jackson, and Wells in the outfield. Kelly, Peralta, Rhymes, Cabrera on the infield. And Alex Avila is the catcher for Big Brad Penny, 32 years old.
Penny kind of remind you of Joe Blanton, kind of wearing a uniform the same way. You look at him, and country boy, and that's kind of the same for Brad.
According to the media guide, 6'4", 230 pounds.
Big John.
Brad Penny. David DeJesus in the leadoff spot. First pitch is a bit high.
Let's see how he pitches out of the stretch, hopefully quicker than out of the windup. Not a good getaway day pitcher. Very slow and deliberate.
Brad Penny signed a one-year deal. $3 million as a free agent in the offseason. The Tigers looking for a fifth starter. He's been around 12th season, 108 career wins. Six teams he has been with. Pretty good pitcher, but he's been injured a fair amount. He's been on the disabled list 8 times in his career. And he's only gone over 200 innings as a starter twice in his big league career. But he has had some pretty good games, or pretty good seasons, I should say. In fact, I remember Brad Penny started an all-star game. 07. Been an all-star twice.
Well, the A's would like to score some runs off the all-star because Trevor Cahill trying to pick up his second win. The starters trying to continue what they've been doing all season. David DeJesus, nice interchangeable part, third in the order to leading off as he's doing today.
So a leadoff walk. Check out Brad Penny working out today before the game.
Batting second, playing first, number 10, Derek Martin.
It's a stride.
Yeah, and you know what? The stride is
exactly
a huge key for a pitcher, so he knows exactly where he needs to be.
He's almost probably within a couple of feet of touching the grass with a stride.
Yeah.
He stretches out that far. You can see the line that he drew and see his footmark. Probably will not have a problem with Trevor Cahill in his landing spot. The mark and see where the grass is as it moves back. It's a good stride. So at 6'4", you're going to have a long stride and a long reach.
What they say, Ray, if your stride gets a little too long as a pitcher, you tend to push the ball a little bit. It's tough to keep the ball down.
Absolutely. Yeah, the elbow starts to drop a little bit. You push the ball to elevate pitches, and usually takes a lot of velocity off the pitch when you do that. Mechanics are so important. As long as he has been around, he should not have any problem repeating good mechanics.
Barton fouls it back.
Think back to the late great Jim Catfish Hunter. Never, I mean, I could close my eyes and watch him pitch. Nothing changed from his mechanics. Everything was the same every pitch. And that's what a pitcher strives for. And I could probably close my eyes and put my mitt there and he'd hit it. That's how good he was. Never want to try that though, but figured I had enough bang off my body. Didn't want to try that in case he decided to miss one day.
But it all goes hand in hand, right?
Exactly.
And good mechanics, you probably have pretty good control. 1-2 to Derek Barton.
It's amazing what the umpires think and say whenever they know the pitcher has great command. Strike zone play gets very wide. They won't tell you that. I'm sure Wally Bell would not admit it, or John Hirschbeck, the veterans crew. but reputation of a pitcher and strike thrower makes a big difference.
Big curveball, and Barton swings and misses. So out number one here in the bottom of the first. DeJesus still at first. Connor Jackson will hit.
Right fielder.
Now the key for Penny in this at bat to Barton's getting ahead, that he dropped the 12-6 curveball on him. Unlike DeJesus, who the count of 3-1 and walked him. No stride by Barton. Just trying to make contact with 2 strikes. Did not happen.
So Jackson in the lineup. Playing right field today. Jackson was in the lineup on Thursday night. First game of the series. Went 2 for 4. So overall on the season for Jackson, 7 hits and 24 at bats. A couple of doubles. A couple of RBIs. DeJesus pretty good lead at first, not going. Jackson hits it hard, but just fouled. In the offseason, one of the things the A's certainly did was add depth. And I've noticed it in the first couple weeks of the season, allowing the manager, Bob Guerin, to, that guy's struggling a little bit. You know what? Sit him down, because we got a pretty good player to put in there tonight, or today. Coco Crisp, 2 for 14 in the series. Coco gets a break. Put Connor Jackson in right, move DeJesus to center. A lot of different things for a manager to maneuver around with, as opposed to leaving a guy out there when he's struggling. Maybe he just needs a day off.
Yeah, that's in with the off day tomorrow. It gives him a chance to get 2 days off. So Coco, of course, as was the case in Chicago Thursday, he and Barton, neither one started, but both got in the game, played a big part in helping the A's with a comeback win. Ryan Sweeney last night with a big RBI double down the right field line. Kurt Suzuki gets the day off. So definitely the depth helps the ball club.
And Kevin Kuzminoff has got off to a little bit of a slow start. So we've seen Andy LaRoche playing a little bit more. And he's got off to a pretty good start offensively. Two and two the count to Connor Jackson. Jesus led off the bottom of the first with a walk.
Big curveball by Penny. That's the pitch that he tries to get the hitters to chase. That was the case with Derek Barton. Swung at probably a ball, but a good curveball. And pitcher that has a good 12-6 curveball, it is a tough pitch to hit, especially if it looks like a strike and you have 2 strikes on you. You're going to be swinging at it, and unless he happens to hang it, you're not going to make very good contact.
So the count is full to Jackson. Jesus takes off and it's grounded hard to short. No play at second, so Johnny Peralta flips it across to first for the second out. But Dallas Braden was the winning pitcher last night. Well, that's the good news, and he had good stuff.
Changeup was his best pitch, but found out later he's kind of forced to throw it. Had a little stiffness in his left shoulder. Pitched just 5 innings. But I thought in the game last night, twice he had second and third, nobody out. First time, got a strikeout and a ground ball to first that Barton made a bad throw and run scored unearned. But the second time, probably the most pivotal. In the 4th inning, same second and third, did not allow a hit. Got out of it with nothing happening. And the A's scored 3 in the bottom of the inning and went on to win the game. So great pitching by Dallas Braden at the time when the Tigers had a chance to open it up. That didn't happen. And back-to-back doubles by the A's. Helped them score 3.
0-1 to Willingham. Rhymes holding DeJesus close. So Dallas Braden is scheduled to start. His next start would be Friday Seattle, and we don't know if he will be able to make that start. That remains to be seen. So 1-1 to count. Peralta on the backhand. Side retired. So leadoff walk to DeJesus, but the A's cannot get him around to score. On to the second inning. No score.
At Coliseum to see your Oakland A's and also Adrian Gonzalez, Big Papi, Carl Crawford, and the rest of the Boston Red Sox for their only visit this season on Tuesday, April 19th and Wednesday, April 20th. It's a Tuesday night, Wednesday afternoon. Tickets are available online, OaklandAthletics.com, and by calling 877-493-BALL. 877-493-BALL. Got to see your Oakland A's also. That's the main thing coming to the park. And oh, by the way, the Red Sox are in town for their only visit.
Red Sox winning again today, 6-1 in the 8th inning over the Blue Jays. Boston trying to make it 2 in a row. Right center, that's hit pretty well. Jackson near the wall, and he leaps and he makes the catch. Nice play by Connor Jackson in right field, and that's out number 1.
Wow, what a play. I thought that was up off the wall, hit a home run couple nights ago, but supposed to be inside, down and in. What a great swing by Miguel Cabrera, but even better catch by Connor Jackson as he went back. Great angle, jumped up at the warning track and brought it down. Banged against the wall, but what a tremendous play by Connor Jackson. Man, strong. Whew. Man, is he strong.
Ball was down around his shoe tops.
Probably 10 other guys hit ground balls. He almost hits it out. Connor Jackson, what a great play and great concentration. Knew he was going to be banging into the wall. He did. Nice, it padded, but able to handle, came onto the baseball.
As with Cabrera, you're just relieved when he doesn't get a hit. One and 2 to Ryan Rayburn, who's hitting .250 with a homer and 5 RBIs. Happy birthday to Ryan Rayburn. He's 30 today. And he strikes out. Second strikeout for Trevor Cahill.
Well, just a tremendous concentration, ultra mo, and 1 step, 2 steps, and the wall's coming up hard. He banged into it. And Miguel Cabrera thought he had at least a double. It's a big out instead of a double leading off the inning. He's sitting in the dugout.
First pitch to Don Kelly is in first strike. Kelly playing third base today. 1 for 3 in this series. Kelly 3 hits in 14 at bats on the season. All 3 hits are doubles. So both these teams come in with the same record, 7-8. The A's are 2-4 at home, and they are 5-4 on the road. Tigers 4-5 on the road, 3-3 at home. So somebody's going to get back to the 500 mark today. Well, Roach cannot quite get it, but a good effort.
So much foul territory here at the Coliseum, and amazing. Guys know they can just run and still never get to the warning track. In this case, Roach was a good 20 feet from the warning track. So you know if you bounce and fall down, you're going to fall nice and softly. Nice turf here at the Coliseum.
That's a base hit to right field. So Don Kelly has the first hit for the Tigers. 2-out single.
Now to Rayburn, he threw the curveball down that he swung and missed, but to Kelly, the same curveball elevated a little bit. 2-2 was the count, so maybe the difference for him, Rayburn, which was 1-2 with the curveball, they had a chance maybe to waste. Kelly got a reprieve with a foul ball.
So 2 outs, runner aboard for Johnny Peralta. Peralta hitting .273, a homer, and 4 RBIs, 1 for 6 in the series.
Right, he was the one that had a chance to open it up last night. Both times he came up with runners at second and third. Less than 2 outs, could not make contact. Struck out both times against Dallas Braden, both times on great changeups.
Strike on the outside corner. Well, if Cahill gets that pitch called a strike, he should be all right.
He's got the tailing action on the fastball. Starts outside, comes back over the plate. And a good job of keeping the ball in the strike zone.
Quick throw to first, and Kelly just getting back. Long look by Cahill. Maybe a bit concerned about Kelly. And Jesus playing deep in center field and shaded toward right center for Peralta. Swing there, foul it back. So 3-2, and that'll get Kelly, the runner at first, moving. Thought we may see some sunshine today. I know it was sun was out over where we live, Ray, but has not come out yet today. On the ground toward Pennington, he's got it. Side retired. So a hit and a runner left. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Matsui, Ellis, and Powell set to hit for the A's. by McDonald's. On this date in 1968, the Oakland A's played their first game in Oakland right here at the Coliseum. Ronald Reagan threw out the first pitch. Charlie Finley, of course, brought the meal, but the A's lost to the Orioles 4-1 in front of 50,164 fans. So that was the first game ever played here at the Coliseum. There's your starting lineup, 1968. And some pretty good players on there, Ray, and pretty good ones were on their way in the minor leagues, right?
Richie Jackson hitting second. How about that? John Donaldson, not Josh Donaldson, the A's catcher. And also, Tony La Russa got a pinch hit single. Won't see him pinch hitting very much. I did not see him pinch hit much after that.
Bob Kennedy was the manager. Joe DiMaggio was part of his coaching staff.
And the coaches and manager wore white hats,
which I thought was pretty cool. 0-1 to Hideki Matsui. Bob Kennedy was only with the A's for 1 year. The A's finished 82-80 that first year here in Oakland. John McNamara took over 69-7.
Think about the A's coming west, 1968. So 68, 9, and 70, and then 71 started a streak of 5 consecutive division championships. And then 72 to 74, 3 world championships. How about an early success with a new franchise? I mean, that's unbelievable. There they are, the 3 championships in succession, and it's kind of continued for 40 plus years.
Matsui swings and misses, so that is strikeout number 2 for Brad.
Well, Vila wanted to pitch inside. Look at the location. It ends up being away from him, and Matsui going for the high fastball. Tried to stay on top of it and make contact. None there for him.
You know, it's funny, Ray, talking about that. So in 68, the foundation was starting to be laid, but this was also a team that when they came from Kansas City, they were not good in Kansas City. They did not have good teams, but the draft started in 65, and that's where the A's really took advantage of it.
Exactly. Reggie and Sal were in the draft. Yep. Rick Mundy traded to Chicago for Kenny Holtzman. So, I mean, a lot of things happened, and I'm sure the folks in Kansas City who were not happy when Charlie uprooted the club and brought him to Oakland. They would eventually get a new franchise, the existing Royals now. But no doubt those fans in Kansas City had to be thinking, now if you hadn't left and had those world championships there.
There's no reason to think that they would not have been that good in Kansas City, right?
I think Charlie just wanted a better place for his mule.
Well, didn't the mule in Kansas City have his own area out in left field?
Yeah. He had his own little stable after that. And he had his own stable at the Americana Hotel in New York for the World Series against the Mets in '73, right in the lobby. That mule, I always said, got better care than any player ever played for him.
Landon Powell skies one, left center field. Rayburn, the left fielder, has it. And Brad Penny has retired 6 in a row. Nothing better than a little mule talk here on the A's Baseball. baseball on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Cache Creek's showers of cash to win $500 cash every hour from 2 p.m. until midnight. Visit cachecreek.com for details. Third inning from the Coliseum. I was wrong. We may see sunshine today.
Well, we saw it briefly.
Yeah, we're starting to see some.
A little breakthrough. Clay Wood, excellent groundskeeper for the Athletics. Said get a little rain tomorrow, but that won't matter. Make the field nice and soft for the Tuesday night start. The A's are off tomorrow. The Red Sox are at home playing the Blue Jays, and they won again, or at least winning again after losing the first game to Toronto. They want to get too hot too soon.
No, they're not going to be bad a whole lot longer. No. Alex Avila leading it off. He'll be followed by Casper Wells and Will Rhymes. No score. One hit allowed by Cahill in the first 2 innings. He's got a couple of strikeouts, one looking, one swinging.
Nice mix of pitches by Cahill already today. Curveball working well, as is a changeup. And of course, the two-seamer is always part of the package.
Shallow left field. Willingham on the run, and he makes the catch. Now for our Farmers Insurance Report Card. Ace starters in the first 3 games of this series have allowed an earned run. One unearned run. That was Dallas Braden last night. So the starters very good, as they've been very good all season.
Just think once the offense starts clicking, you combine those zeros that the starters are putting up plus some offense, and it has some big win numbers for the starters and for the club. The man's been catching most of them. Suzuki, of the 16 games, he started 14.
I think today, actually with an off day tomorrow, but today there's no question the A's need Cahill to pitch deep into the game. Balfour and Fuentes have both thrown in each of the last 2 games and have thrown quite a few pitches, so I don't know if they'll be available today. Ziegler pitched Friday and Saturday. Breslow Friday and Saturday. So the A's have 4 of their 7 relievers that have pitched 2 days in a row. So we'll see how that works as we get later into the game. Good curveball, and Casper Wells strikes out. Not only has the curveball become a good pitch for Cahill, but it's become really a strikeout pitch.
Yeah, this is a great one. And again, 0-2, and he just threw it hard. Got the hit of Wells, a swing at maybe a ball, but see him buckle the knees and then kind of an emergency swing to try to make contact. None there. You know, one great thing about the A's coming to Oakland in '68, man who introduced him to the Bay Area, a good friend, Monty Moore, down in Porterville, and always look forward to seeing Monty throughout the season. But you talk about some stories. He had them about the A's.
Yes, he did. Going to be an infield hit for Rhymes off of Cahill. Let's make sure he's okay. Rhymes very fast, so once it shot off of Cahill, there was not much of a chance.
Well, it'd been nice if he had just let the ball go. It was not hit hard, and one of the infielders would have been able to handle it. But the follow through, thought he was able to catch the ball. When he has to reach back to his left that far, that's an indication it's going to be right at Mark Ellis. And it's always easier for an infielder to handle it. Reach there, let it go. You'll see at times pitchers will start to reach, pull the glove back, knowing that one of the infielders is going to be there.
So how about this, Ray? Have dinner with the late Bill King and Monty Moore.
And Steve Vucinich. I mean, you got some history.
Throw Vuce in there, that's right.
You got some history.
And Mickey Morabito.
Oh, yeah.
So now you can cover not only A's history, but you could do Raiders and the Warriors with Bill. You just sit there and shut up and listen for about 3 hours.
Monty, of course, you can imagine with a new team coming to the area, he came out with the guys and going around and kind of introducing, wearing those white shoes in the wintertime in California.
But Monty came from Kansas City, so he was new to the area as well.
Absolutely. And he was a great broadcaster. And as you said, we'll see him at the A's Community Fun Golf Tournament, if not sooner. He's down in Porterville with his wife, Deanna. I think he owns Porterville by now, don't you think?
Sure he does.
He should.
Well, he was great during 70s night last year, so I think he should come up on 80s night this year and do it.
No, but he'll never match the dinger.
That was a top 5 moment from last year.
And he won't match your outfit.
For our sake.
He won't match.
He doesn't have to.
No. Nobody's going to try to match you.
In the dirt to Austin Jackson. Monty, I know he watches this just about every game. So we say hi to Monty Moore, as always.
Well, he was here when Hammer was here. MC Hammer. He's going to be here for the 80s night. And Ricky, of course. 80s weekend. MC Hammer.
Rhymes goes. Swing and a miss. Austin Jackson strikes out for the second time. A hit, a runner left. Bottom of the third coming up. LaRoche, Pennington, and DeJesus for the A's.
A single season record of 130 stolen bases. The A's will be hiding 130 many bases throughout the East Bay for you to steal. Starting tomorrow, 10 bases will be hidden each day for 13 days. Clues will be posted on the A's Facebook and Twitter pages. Fans who find one of the bases win 2 tickets for the April 30th game and a voucher for a Ricky Henderson bobblehead. For more information, visit OaklandAthletics.com.
Andy LaRoche to lead it off. Bottom of the third. Scoreless game. First pitch is a fastball strike. LaRoche, Pennington, and DeJesus for the A's. Penny through the first couple innings has given up just 1 walk, couple of strikeouts. Roach trying to battle back from the 0-2 count. There's a curveball Penny likes to throw. Big curveball, drop it in the dirt with near ahead in the count.
A lot of confidence. Catchers do a good job, as we've seen with Kurt Suzuki and Landon Powell. And catchers work hard at blocking balls in the dirt, and one of the reasons gives confidence to the pitcher to throw the curveball, throw it in the dirt. Avila, very good young catcher, does a very good job of blocking pitches in the dirt.
Outside corner with a fastball, strike 3 called.
Speaking of tailing fastballs, that was perfectly thrown. A little tailing action on the fastball. Watch his movement. Look where Avila's set up, and watch his movement. Starts out there and it goes right to the outside corner. And Wally Bell followed the catcher Avila outside. So he was on the left shoulder, but still had a good shot at that perfectly thrown pitch.
Well, if Penny keeps the ball down, pretty good sinker. He doesn't throw as hard as he used to, but he can be very, very effective if he indeed keeps it down. This is his 4th start of the year, and he's got better in each start after giving up 8 earned runs in 4 1/3 at New York in his first start. Better at Baltimore, and then his last start against Texas, 3 earned runs, and he pitched into the 7th inning. Most games started in different ballparks. So Brad Penny makes it 38 today. This is the first time he's ever started at the Coliseum. It's the only American League stop he had before Detroit was 24 starts for Boston in 2009. Now, we saw him at Fenway Park against the A's, and he was not very good. In fact, he really struggled in Boston. They let him go. And then he signed with the Giants, and he pitched very well for them. Last year signed a free agent contract with the Cardinals, but spent most of the year on the DL. Strike 3 called with a fastball right there. 93 miles an hour again. So that is 4 strikeouts for Big Brad Penny.
Well, not only excellent control, but the velocity on top of it. You know, it's one thing if you start losing a little bit of your velocity and your control is impeccable, but you add the 293 is a very good velocity, and you can still hit mid-90s with the 4-seamer. So maybe the A's can be helped today, as the case the second or the first Sunday game of the Coliseum. The Mariners lost and dropped about 3 balls lost in the sun. Maybe the sun now that's coming out, running off the overcast skies and making it a little bit difficult, especially for the left fielders.
See where the center fielder Austin Jackson's playing well over to left center field, and Rayburn very shallow in left, Jackson very shallow in center. Jesus is a guy who hits the ball the other way quite a bit. Casper Wells well off the line in right. Penny reaches out and grabs it. So Brad Penny, after a leadoff walk, has retired 9 in a row. So no scores. Trevor Cahill goes back to work. He'll face Bosch, Cabrera, and
Hitting off the top of the fourth inning for the Tigers, number 26, Brennan Bosch.
Scoreless game here in the fourth inning. Brennan Bosch to lead it off. He'll be followed by Cabrera and Rayburn. So the 3, 4, 5 hitters of the Tigers. Bosch bounced out to the second baseman in his first at bat. So he's 3 for 10 in the series.
Miguel Cabrera hitting fourth for Jim Leyland as he has all series, and you think about protection for him. How about good pitches for the guy hitting in front of him? If there's ever a question, you're going to face this guy or Cabrera or anybody hitting third in front of Cabrera. You're going to say, I'll take my chances with him. Cabrera is the type of guy that if he faces you 12 times, or in this case 4-game series 16, 17 times, if you walk him 15, it's not a problem. He's that good when he swings the bat. That's respect.
In the dirt, swing and a miss, but Powell's going to have to chase it quickly to first, and they get Bosch, and that is strikeout number 5. All right, time now for a trivia question, which is brought to you by AT&T, who are the 4 current managers with more than 1,000 career wins.
Now batting, number 24,
Connie Mack.
Miguel Cabrera.
Current managers.
Connie Mack. He's still managing somewhere.
Still got his suit on? So 1 out. Here's Cabrera. He takes a fastball on the inside corner.
You have just to look around and see who's managed the longest, who's been managing for a long time.
Well, we know Tony La Russa, and we know Jim Leyland.
Well, Connor Jackson might be the play of the game. It is so far, and this could have been a leadoff double, but robbed by Connor Jackson. A ball hit by Cabrera. What a tremendous play to stay with it and knowing he was going to bang into the wall.
Another strikeout. And that is 6 strikeouts, including 3 in a row for Cahill.
Well, they went up the ladder and got Miguel Cabrera to chase it down on the way to the target, but pitch tailing back, maybe about belt high, not so much higher, as high as I thought, but you know, I think a lot of times a hitter 0-2 thinking, well, maybe he's going to waste a pitch. When you throw ones close to the plate, you can surprise him, which you did.
As Diaz says that Rayburn went around. Rayburn is 2 for 15 in this series. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
Trevor Cahill coming into today's game had 18 strikeouts. 8, a 7, and a 3. 3 in his last start. Chicago went just 4 2/3, but 8 in his first start against Seattle. 4 2/3 innings on opening night.
Wow, nasty stuff from Trevor Cahill as he strikes out the side. 7 strikeouts through the first 4 innings. who are the 4 current managers with more than 1,000 career wins.
First baseman, number 10.
LaRussa and Leland, Dusty Baker, and Bruce Bochy. Mike Scioscia closing in on it. 989 coming into today, and the Angels have won again. They just finished a victory over the White Sox. Angels sweep the White Sox, so Mike Scioscia now 10 away. Brad Penny has been tough on the A's so far. 4 strikeouts. He has not a lot of hit in the first 3 innings, as it'll be Barton, Jackson, and Willingham. Barton with the strikeout swinging back in the first inning. 2 for 11 in the series with 3 walks and now 5 strikeouts for Barton.
The White Sox lost the tough game to the A's on Thursday when the club scored, or Wednesday when it scored 3 in the 9th, 3 in the 10th, and then swept by the Angels. That makes Oz again very happy.
It is 4 in a row they've lost.
Maybe he didn't have to use a closer that he says he doesn't have.
Doesn't have one. If you don't have one, you can't use them.
Don't have to use them. And he didn't.
Three and 1 now to Derek Barton. He's trying to get something going against the 32-year-old right-hander Brad Penny. Outside corner strike, so a full count.
Well, Penny, I mentioned, kind of eliminates the middle part of the plate, going for the corners. He's been very successful doing that so far with 4 strikeouts. Ground balls and strikeouts, not a bad combination.
That one's high, so Barton does get the leadoff walk.
Bart $2 Wednesdays are back. Every Wednesday this season, you can get a Plaza Level, Plaza Outfield, or Plaza Reserve ticket for just $2. Take advantage of this special offer during some of the biggest matchups of the year with the Red Sox. That'll be this coming Wednesday. Rangers, Yankees, and more. Get tickets for all Bart $2 Wednesdays at the Coliseum box office by phone 877-493-BALT. You can also order online. Visit OaklandAthletics.com. Bart Wednesday, Boston Red Sox. Short 6-game homestand. Red Sox for 2 games. Tuesday night, Wednesday afternoon.
So Connor Jackson will hit. Jackson bounced out to the shortstop, and we see some shadows. So the clouds are moving east, and blue skies on its way in. That one just off the plate. Penny thought it was a strike. 1-1 count.
We've talked about sometimes a pitcher does not have good enough control to even think about a hit and run. But with Penny, if he's going to be around the plate, he's not a bad guy to put a guy in motion. Looks like he's going to be a little bit stingy with hits and runs today.
Shot foul.
It's hard to hit and run or bunt against a guy that's wild. It's the opposite with a control pitcher. If we had him mic'd, if we did in spring training, we could ask Bob Garrett if he's considering a hit and run today.
Bob, got an idea for you. Barton inches off, not going. Blocked by Avila. We've seen enough of Alex Avila now, Ray. He looks like a pretty good defensive catcher.
Exactly.
Throws well, we know that.
It's a pop in his bat, good swing, and it works perfectly because Victor Martinez will catch when left-handers pitch. for the opposition. And Avila, I mentioned, the only catcher that's on their roster is Victor, noted as a DH. Victor, the day off. Middle infielders, and the sign who's going to be covered.
Just missed outside, so a full count. We'll see now if Barton takes off.
Jesus did it in the first inning. And Jackson hit the ball hard to shortstop.
Barton takes off, and the ball's hit to right field, and that's going to get down for a hit. Wells fields it, guns it to third, but it's cut off, and the A's have first and third, nobody out. So Barton was moving, and Jackson went the other way.
And he would not have gone to third, Barton wouldn't, had he been held at first base, because the ball was hit so hard by Connor Jackson, and Wells has a very strong arm in right field. But Barton halfway to second, read it perfectly. Wells came up, a strong throw, hit the cutoff man. But Connor Jackson once again getting a fastball 3-2, as was the case in the first inning. But this time stays back and hits it hard to right field. So the A's have something going. Nobody out in the fourth inning.
Willingham takes a strike down around the knee, so RBI chance for Willingham. Willingham grounded to short in the first inning. Strike two. Tough series for Willingham. He's 1 for 12.
Thing the Penny does not do much when he has a runner in scoring position, and that is throw fastballs. He likes to rely on his other pitchers, like the curveball that he just threw. And right now he's going for a strikeout. Ideally, like to get the strikeout and then the ground ball. The A's want to put the ball in play in this situation.
That fastball runs high. Willingham with 8 RBIs on the year, tied with Hideki Matsui for the team lead. And Matsui waiting in the on-deck circle. Long look by Penny. Curveball, swing and a miss. That's that big overhand curve, and he dropped it in there perfectly. And Willingham strikes out.
But true to form, he wants to strike out. So what does he throw? The 12-6 curve. A very good one. Willingham.
It's like the old-fashioned.
That's right. Drop.
Yeah. So chance for Matsui.
These are the situations the A's have not done particularly well this year. That's with a runner at third base and less than 2 outs. So 2 opportunities with Willingham and now Matsui to get the runner in.
Just a bit outside. Matsui is 2 for 12 in the series. A nice block, saved a run. Ball may not have been in the dirt, but he had to go a long ways to his right.
It's a great point, because it doesn't necessarily mean the ball in the dirt, although that short hopped him, but still, just the fact that he moved his body in front. And not only would have scored a run for the A's, but moved another into scoring position and taking the double play away from the Tigers.
See if Matsui gets a pitch to hit on 2-0. Dribbles it out in front. Penny is going to pick it up. He throws to first, and they get the out.
Didn't have to.
Now run comes in to score. and the A's lead 1-0. I don't think there's any question that ball would have went foul. In fact, when he picked it up, it was right on the line.
Great point, because it's exactly what happened. And you know, you can see the spin of the baseball. It hit behind the plate, yet rolled out in front, and it's spinning. And once it hit the grass, it's definitely rolling foul. And he picked it up right over the top, but maybe confident enough. Look at the spin on the ball. And there's the line. Great shot. Great camera work to show him. And then Cabrera tagged Matsui. Didn't even tag the bag. He took the throw. Maybe he thought it was going to be foul or let it roll foul, and he wasn't even on the bag. So he's catch a break and get the run.
So it's that decision. And listen, I don't know if Brad Penny's thinking this deep into it, but do you pick it up, throw it to first, get the out, you let a run score, or if you let it go foul, you're taking away the out and maybe saying, well, you know what, I'm going to stay away from possibly be a big inning. So there's a couple different ways to look at it. Your initial thought is, wow, I'm surprised he picked it up, because it was going to go foul.
Well, his ability to get a strikeout and also a ground ball, I'd say at this point it's a bad move, because he's got too many weapons to get out of the inning. Fortunately, Martin was running on contact and was able to score.
On the ground to Kelly at third. Throw is wide, but Cabrera has it side retired. A's get a run on a hit and a walk. So we head to the 5th inning. It's the Athletics 1 and the Tigers 0. On Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Wendy's. Try Wendy's new natural cut sea salt fries.
They can deliver some.
I may do that.
No, they can deliver some. We got Round Table Pizza the other night for the first time in many years. And
Wendy's is still strong.
No,
still very good.
You don't mind going through the drive-thru, right?
No.
Let Jack order.
I'll go through the drive-thru anytime.
It was Jack's baseball game yesterday.
Good. 4 innings. It was the Indians versus the A's.
Yeah.
They played the A's yesterday. It's coach pitch, so the coach pitches it 5 times, and so the kid gets a chance to make contact. If he doesn't make any contact after 5 pitches, then the batting tee comes out.
All right.
So the game can drag a little bit, if you know what I'm saying. That's a fair ball. Barton picks it up, and he'll run to the bag and get there before Don Kelly. 1 out. Guy look familiar? That's Andy Sandberg from Saturday Night Live. And he is a Berkeley native.
Number 27, Johnny Peralta.
So, Andy Sandberg enjoying the ball game, and we appreciate him coming on out.
You see the guy behind number 282? Was that him?
Come on, SNL, baby.
Oh, there he is. Okay. Which one? This guy? Is that him?
That would be the guy. The guy right in the middle of the screen.
I got you. Okay. Come on, I don't watch it. I'm sorry.
Come on now, Ray. Saturday Night Live's been around since 1976.
Yeah, I watched it in 1976.
Did you really?
But I don't watch it in 2011.
Good stuff. 1-2 to Johnny Peralta.
I mean, I watched it when they actually called it Saturday Night Live. What do they call it now?
SNL.
Thank you. That's why I didn't know this guy. Sorry.
Shorten it up a little bit.
Bring him up here. We introduce us, you know. Maybe watch it every once in a while.
LaRoche has it. Throws a bit high, but Barton hangs on the bag. So 2 outs. Trevor Cahill has retired 6 in a row.
Now batting.
The great thing about Kelly, got a first pitch strike and then 3 balls, but he swung at the sinker. And that's the great thing about Trevor Cahill. 2 ground ball outs this inning. But the old equalizer, the two-seamer, he can throw that 3-1 or in a fastball count. And hitters think they're right on it, but end up beating it in the ground. So, as a few scouts have said, if you don't want this guy, we'll take it. And I think they would say that of any of the 5 of the A's starters right now. They'd take any of them. But the A's happen to have them, all of them. Brandon McCarthy, Gio Gonzalez.
Swing and a miss. Change up, and literally the bottom just falls right out of it. So 0-2 to Avila, who hit a fly ball to left field. Fastball just a bit inside. And there's that tailing fastball that Cahill likes to steal a strike with. That one close, but just missed. Setting up in there again.
Not again.
Why not? It's a great pitch.
You think about Cahill and the two-seam fastball. It works well against the right-handers. They start it back door and bring it back over the plate inside to the left-handers. 2- and 4-seam fastball. The good curveball, changeup. I hope he's just trying to keep the right arm loose. Don't like to see a pitcher up there shaking the arm too much.
Swing and a miss, and a ball in the dirt. So another strikeout, and that is 8. No, foul ball. So Avila must have just got a piece of it. So we're going to hold off on that 8th strikeout.
Well, it's a good block by Landon Powell. Looked like it was a perfect pitch out of the strike zone. Got him to swing over it.
So we'll do it again. The 1-2. This one's driven left center field. That's hit pretty well. DeJesus on the run, and it is caught by Willingham. DeJesus racing back, and it ended up Willingham who made the catch. So nice running play by the A's left fielder. Sharks and the Kings. This one will be played down in Los Angeles at the Staples Center. Our coverage begins at 6:30 with Sharks pregame live. The best-of-7 series now tied at 1 after a 4-0 loss last night in San Jose. Drew Doughty with a couple of goals for the LA Kings. So that series headed to Los Angeles for not only games 3 but game 4 as well. That'll be Thursday. So see all the action again. 6:30 Sharks pregame live, and then 7 o'clock they drop the puck Tuesday night. Sharks and the Kings, round 1. A's with a 1-0 lead, bottom of the 5th inning. Landon Powell, Andy LaRoche, Cliff Pennington. First pitch to Powell. He's a strike. Powell hit a fly ball to left field in the 2nd inning. So 3 for 5 now for Powell. Last started Sunday in Minnesota. Quickly behind the count 0-2 as Penny takes a little bit off. .60 pitches for Brad Penny so far. Goes with the big breaking ball.
Well, the A's would like to add some runs against Penny so Penny doesn't leave Oakland thinking about the one ball he picked up that could have rode foul. If it's a 1-0 game, he'll be thinking about that. What if? You're right, sometimes they just want to get the out.
Right center, and it's hit well, and nobody's going to get it off the base of the wall. And Landon Powell digging for 2, and he will have a leadoff double.
Well, it's never a surprise to see the success of Landon Powell when he does play. They try to go inside, left it right down the middle but low, and he just dropped the head of the bat on it. Upper body swing, no stride, ultra low. What a great swing. Head down, watch the head, contact, and start to run. It's not going to make it out, so you have to hustle to get in the scoring position. So a leadoff double here in the 5th inning.
And that'll bring up Andy LaRoche. LaRoche trying to go the other way. It's the first double in the game for the A's. It's their 7th double in the series. Their 34th double of the year, and that is the most in the American League. So they have not hit a lot of home runs, but they have hit a lot of doubles.
6 last night.
Yeah. Doubles were probably the biggest part of the A's offense against Verlander. 3 straight doubles in the 4th inning. A couple more doubles in the 6th. Scored a couple of runs. LaRoche struck out looking in the 3rd.
Case where Landon Powell, Cabrera kind of playing halfway. And Verlander, who A's were able to beat last night. Very good pitcher. Hard hit ball to the right side on the ground isn't a guarantee it moved the runner. Sometimes you'll see if it's real hard, guys on the right side to alert the third baseman, be ready, I might throw to you.
Right on the outside corner with a fastball at 91. LaRoche cannot pull the trigger. He thought he was a bit outside.
Well, the movement, watch the tailing action on the fastball coming back just enough. Right on the corner, our angle, slightly left center. Our camera crew. We're also trying to keep Powell close, so a ball that's on the ground to the right side, he has to break immediately and run hard. Hit softly, no problem. Hit hard, maybe a play.
Curveball hit hard right to Kelly, the third baseman. Throws a bit high. Cabrera keeps his foot on the bag. And that is out number 1. Powell stays at second. And here's our Subway Eat Fresh Ask Glenn and Ray question. You can log on to csncalifornia.com to post your question. Paul from Hayward asks, what is a crooked number in baseball? Good question. It is a number other than 0 or 1, referring to the appearance of the actual number on the scoreboard. A team which is able to score 2 or more runs in an inning is said to have hung a crooked number.
There's one.
So it's a good question. Well, baseball terminology, a crooked number. First pitch to Pennington is rolled foul. So if Pennington hits a home run here, it would be a 2-run homer. So the A's would have put up a crooked number against Brad Penny.
At one time, they used to call it a big inning. All this new terminology.
Crooked number sounds a little.
You have to get a baseball dictionary for all the new
baseball
terms and definitions. I want to say Tony Russo, one of the first I ever heard call.
Oh, really?
Let's put up a crooked number. That was back in the 80s when he managed the A's. Of course, he was also the one that started the 1-inning closer role.
Rayburn back, still going back. He makes the catch. Powell back to second.
You look at that fly ball, and had Landon Powell then moved to third base, he would have scored easily on the sac fly. That's why the importance of leadoff double, get him to third. A lot of chances to get him in. These are the ones that you don't want to look back and say, what if? And the A's did on Friday night when the Tigers came back to defeat them. Lost opportunities at the beginning of the game.
So it's up to DeJesus.
Tough call for Mike Gallego because he sees the center fielder and left fielder playing very shallow. And if DeJesus hits a ball that direction, it's going to be tough for Gags to send Landon Powell. I know he can get a good jump off second. Still not blessed with a lot of speed.
He's staying with that off-speed pitch, and it's away to DeJesus, and it's 2-0. A walk and a ground out for DeJesus so far in this game. 5 for 10 in the series. So he's starting to heat up. There's a strike.
And it's rare you see a player choking up on the bat. David said he just started to do that and has better control of the bat. Guys who do that sometimes use a heavier bat. That's not the case with David. He has a normal bat, at least of today's standards.
Outside corner again. It's funny, Ray, even though the Tigers defense has really shifted toward left center field, and DeJesus hits the ball that way, Penny keeps pounding the outside corner to DeJesus. Now they're setting up inside, and he goes the other way. So 2-2. A leadoff double by Powell. That's the good news. The bad news is he's still at second with 2 outs. DeJesus trying to bring him home. And that hits DeJesus in the leg.
Maybe he's trying to bring the ball back, but instead of throwing a two-seamer, it's like a cutter.
Now batting, first baseman, number 10.
The right shin, right ankle. He's just got it. That's not one you see a guy faking. He definitely got nailed.
So Barton will hit. takes just a bit low. This is what Verlander did last night. He wanted to throw to first and then decided to throw the pitch home. It was a very, very odd deal. And he admitted, hey, I screwed up. I wanted to throw to first. My body wasn't in a proper spot. So I thought I'd just throw it home.
You know, the change it was originally, it said E1.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, an E1. And then they changed it to a balk. Well, a balk, if it hit Jesus.
But it didn't hit him.
It did. He said it hit him.
Well, I understand, but the umpires didn't call it that way.
But if
it may have, you're right, but the umpires did not call it that way.
And if it missed him, yeah, but once it hit him, it should have been awarded first base. Barton was given second base on the balk.
Part of the ruling as well, and what was eventually called was, it was called an illegal pitch. And once it's called an illegal pitch, then the only thing that can happen is a balk can be called. If it's considered an illegal pitch, then it's not a ball or a strike. It's not a hit batter. It's just a balk.
Step off, throw to first, not throw home. And hit the hitter.
3-0 pitch is a strike. Barton thought maybe it was inside, but it's 3-1. Powell at second, DeJesus at first.
Well, with 2 outs, a perfect time for Derek Barton to say it's my count, expand the zone a little bit, and runner in scoring position. Look for a pitch, and if he throws a breaking ball, he's disciplined enough to take it. But if he gets a fastball, any place close to the strike zone, just let it go.
And keep an eye on the play at the plate. Powell does not run well, and the outfielders are playing a little bit more shallow. And there's the walk.
See, I think in a case like that, Brad Penny's smart enough. He's going to get a visit from his pitching coach, but he's enough of a veteran that instead of giving in to Derek Barton once he fell behind, I think he'd rather just start fresh for Connor Jackson, who has hit the ball hard twice against him, including a single his last at bat.
So you're saying use the open base, even though it pushes, even though it's third base that is open.
I mean, he could have grooved a fastball down the middle, and then maybe Barton hits an extra base hit. Instead, even though the bases are loaded, he starts with Connor Jackson, and he's gone full count twice with him.
And his control is good enough where he's not necessarily worried about walking.
Number 28, Connor Jackson.
So there's the runners. Powell at third, DeJesus at second, Barton at first for Connor Jackson. 10 for 20 in his career against Penny. Low. Jackson a big hit in this game after Barton led off the fourth. Barton was running and Jackson singled to right, and that put Barton at third, and a couple of batters later Matsui got him home with a ground out, and that's the only run in the game. So right here, Jackson looking for some cushion for the A's. Fastball there, 94 miles an hour. And with Penny, he's such a big guy, it's really, as they like to say, an easy 94. Runs in, Avila just kind of reached for it right at the last minute. At the knees, 2-2.
It's really a sneaky fastball that he throws, just very deliberate delivery, and Connor Jackson taking one just at the knees.
So big pitch here. 2-2 the count. Penny very, very deliberate on the mound. Curveball off the foot of Jackson. It's kind of a hanger.
May have been higher up. See how high up it hits him with the curveball inside. The way he went down, that protection's not there to help. At least he missed it. Yep. The old Jermaine Dye foul ball. He likes to take off his hat a lot, doesn't he? He takes his hat off. It's kind of like Big Joe Blanton. He takes his hat off, run his hand through his hair. Maybe he's getting something off his hair.
Maybe.
That helping his pitches move. I don't think he needs it.
Two. Curve outside, and now the base is loaded and the count is full.
Connor Jackson waits so well. Not surprising that he took the curveball the way he did. Jim Leland knows that Connor Jackson 3 times against Penny has taken the count full. Last time a base hit to right field on a fastball. See if he stays with his pattern of throwing off-speed pitches with runners in scoring position.
Just outside, and he walked in a run. Powell comes in to score, give Jackson an RBI, and it's 2-0 A's.
And that's taking a close pitch. And depending on the umpire, Wally Bell has called this outside pitch. Even if Avila goes outside, but a little bit too much off the plate and maybe even low. And a good take by Connor Jackson.
So 4 walks by Penny. This one costs him. And here's Willingham. Base hit left field. DeJesus scores. Here comes Barton. Rayburn's throw to the plate is not in time. Barton got in with the hand. 4-0 A's.
Oh, an excellent throw by Rayburn in left field. Willingham, a great job of hitting the ball hard in the hole. He got the curveball that he struck out on last at bat this time. A base hit. Watch Avila reach back to his right and go for the plate, but Barton going around the tag and hitting the plate with his left hand. The Hazers telling him to get down. What a great job of eluding a tag, and a very good play by the catcher Avila going after him. And that is a great camera shot there showing snow cone in the catcher's mitt. And he missed the slide. Derek Barton, who himself he called fair safe, popped up, letting Wally Bell know he was safe. But great action on that play. But more importantly, the A's with Josh Willingham with a 2-run single.
So RBIs 9 and 10 for Willingham. Eighth man to bat in the inning, and it's Hideki Matsui. So there was a runner on second and 2 outs, no runs in. And since then, a hit by pitch, a walk, another walk, and a base hit. Here's your crooked number, folks. It's not a 0, it's not a 1. And 2-0 now to Hideki Matsui. Jackson is at third. This one's bounced to the right side and get the out at second base. But the A's do some damage. They score 3 times. They do it on a couple of hits and a couple of walks. 6th inning coming up, 4-0 Athletics. analyst Fernando Vina. Tweet your question with the hashtag #SundA's. Getting to answer your question during A's postgame live. CSNCalifornia.com, your interactive home for A's baseball all season long.
What was that?
#SundA's, SUND, capital AS.
That's a hashtag? Jeez. That's a hashtag.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, I learned something.
It's like an indicator.
It's like tweeting.
Put that in there, and then
Facebook?
it goes to the right spot.
Is that like tweeting? Man, I can't wait to come to the park every day. You know, learn something.
So if you had to tweet anything about Saturday Night Live in the last 20 years, you wouldn't be able to do it.
Because I don't tweet, or because I haven't watched Saturday Night Live?
Both. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Casper Wells is the hitter.
He's been good, this guy has. Great against Toronto, 8 innings. Shutout baseball, and this afternoon, just a couple of hits. All of his pitches working. Strikeouts on the fastball, curveball, changeup.
Wells drives one to left. Willingham's going to turn around, and that baby is gone. Casper Wells with a long home run.
So much for the curveball. Not supposed to go down and get one like that. And he did. And he struck out on a curveball his first at bat. Same count, 0-2. And this time, it did not go down as much as he wanted. Second home run given to my Trevor Cahill. Ramirez had a 3-run shot in Chicago his last start. That would be Tuesday in Chicago. So Wells, the curveball stayed about knee high.
So the Tigers are on the board. That's their second home run in the series. The other one, of course, the Cabrera home run.
That's the first earned run by a starter in the A's this series. Is that correct?
That is correct. So the top of the order, Will Rhymes is the hitter. Swing and a miss. There's the changeup. Rhymes with an infield hit in the third and a fly out in the first. Right back with the same pitch. So Rhymes is another strikeout victim, and that is 8 for Cahill.
Now the two-seam and the fastball inside after a couple of change-ups. What's the movement? Fastball.
Now batting.
Took him back a little bit, and movement of the pitch right into the strike zone.
The year last year for Austin Jackson, 100 runs, 180 hits, 30 doubles, 10 triples, 25 stolen bases. He did all of that. Just the 4th rookie since 1901.
Did he have 100 strikeouts also?
He had a bunch.
Yeah.
He had a bunch, and he's got a bunch this year.
It's all right. Puts the ball in play and puts up those kind of numbers, especially with his speed and the defense he can play. Take him.
He struck out 170 times last year.
Played for the Diamondbacks last year. That wouldn't have been anything.
One of the regulars. Jackson, a couple of strikeouts in this game. Let's see how many he's got this year. He's got 19 strikeouts in 55 at bats. So probably an area where he needs to improve on some, but he is a very, very good looking young player.
Now, as the old saying goes, he's on pace for 162 because they played now their 16th game is at 19 strikeouts. That's counting the 2 today?
That it does count the 2 today. Dribbles that one foul. Cahill struck out the side in the 4th. Jackson this time lays off breaking ball.
Jackson last night against Dallas Braden had one at bat. He just would not swing at the changeup and took the changeup there 2-2. Matter of fact, with Braden last night, Jackson had a 10-pitch at bat. Eventually drew the walk. The thing with a hitter that strikes out a lot, you never want to take away his aggressiveness. And in the case of Jackson, it might not hit a lot of home runs, but he does a lot of things with his speed. Just want him to continue to swing the bat and not try to be so patient.
Barton has it. He's going to have to hustle when he gets there in front of Jackson. I guess maybe keep the aggressiveness and maybe just work on pitch recognition.
That'll come. Yeah, that will come. I think a manager, a hitting coach, would take an aggressive hitter anytime. Guys willing to swing the bat in the strike zone.
So 2 outs after the Wells home run, and here's Brennan Bosch. Drive to center, but DeJesus is right there. He's got it side retired. Wells with the solo home run. Bottom of the 6th coming up. It's the A's 4 and the Tigers 1. Coors Light Freeze Game is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Nice day at the ballpark. Ray Fosse, Glenn Kuiper. You're watching Oakland A's baseball here on Comcast Sportsnet California. Those guys out in the right down the right field line. They all called each other and said, let's go with the baseball tops. Let's go with the baseball shirts today.
Maybe they all tweeted. They got on
yes,
Facebook.
they did.
Maybe Facebook.
Sure.
And, gathering at the yard. Wear the jerseys.
Not a bad idea.
Good way to spend a Sunday. It's the A's with a beautiful weather on a Sunday afternoon. And can't beat it.
That's where I would go, though. The barbecue terrace.
Oh, yeah.
Fire up that grill out there, and you can smell it throughout the ballpark.
See, you have not worked when we've done a game out there.
No, I'd love to. As long as the barbecue pit is rolling.
Of course.
And
it's the only reason we'd go out there. Just
we
like
can at any point turn around and say, could I get a tri-tip? Something like that. Ellis down the left field line, headed to the barbecue terrace. Ryan Rayburn cuts it off. Ellis digging for 2, and he's going to be in there with a slide. Another double for the A's.
Well, Mark Ellis, if you're looking for a way to entertain clients or employees, why not check out the A's Barbecue Terrace? And he just did. Barbecue Terrace includes a catered pregame meal and a game ticket and a private lower box seating area. For more information, call 510-638-GO-A's or visit oaklandathletics.com/groups. BBQ. That is a good place.
Yep.
We've, in fact, we did a doubleheader up there one time.
I think you did. I was not available at the time. So Brad Penny, 5+. And when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. Brad Penny out of the game. Penny 5+ innings. 94 pitches. It was a 3-run 5th inning that really got Penny in trouble. And then the leadoff double to Ellis here in the 6th. And he is out. And it's a left-hander, Brad Thomas, who comes in. Thomas pitched an inning last night, just 9 pitches.
Fastball right over the top, a little tailing action.
Powell rips one left center field, but Jackson, the speedy one, gets there, makes the catch. Ellis heads up base running, will tag, and he'll go to third. Long out by Powell. Long enough to get Ellis to third with 1 out.
Well, that's the key, to get him to third base. And Landon Powell, good swing. Trying to go fastball inside. He just dropped the head of the bat. Switch hitter, did a double in his last at bat. Mark Ellis knew the ball was going to drop, so immediately back to tag. Good to see Mark Ellis running so well, so nice and easy because of the injury last year to calf. But so the A's with another runner at third. This time the infield pulls in with only 1 out. As Thomas numbers on the season.
Bit outside to Andy LaRoche. Thomas, 33 years old. He is from Australia. Brad Thomas. Two 2-0 to LaRoche. Pennington in the on-deck circle.
There are 2 Aussies in the house tonight, at least on the field. Grant Balfour, the Athletics. Thomas, as you mentioned.
I bet they know each other.
Probably. I think
close to the same age. Three 3-0. And that's not close. So LaRoche with a 4-pitch walk. That's 5 walks issued by the Tigers today. They issued only 8 through the first 3 games.
Number 2, Cliff.
Now middle infielders starting to back up a little bit as they're probably considering positioning for a possible double play. Well, he runs so well they'd almost have to commit to getting 2, considering where they're playing.
crowd this afternoon, 16,460. 16,460. Inside. So Thomas having trouble throwing strikes. Bennington a strikeout in the second, make that the third, and a fly ball in the fifth. Bunted, and it is going to triple foul, and Thomas makes sure it stays foul by knocking it away from the line.
That would seem like a safety squeeze, wasn't it?
Yep. Yeah, Ellis was not running on the pitch.
And all Pennington had to do was get the ball on the grass, stay fair, and the fielder has the ability to go after the ball and no interference by the runner. As the ball went over the foul line, Thomas immediately made contact. Mark Ellis, once he saw Pennington kind of square around, he took that little hop and then decided to take off once he saw the ball on the ground, but definitely not the suicide squeeze.
Pennington to left field. That's hit well. Rayburn's back, still going back. And he reaches up right at the last minute. Plenty deep enough to get Ellis home. A pretty good execution by the A's. Pennington with a sacrifice fly, his fourth RBI of the year, and it's 5-1.
I recall in Chicago, Cliff Pennington batting right-handed, bunted with a runner at second base and 2 outs, and there was a reason, because he had a little infected gland under his left arm. But this time, maybe that was just a play that he wanted to put on himself. But as it turned out, it was the 5th pitch thrown. The last 5 pitches out of the strike zone by Thomas, but yet he was able to put the ball down. A good sac fly deep enough to get Ellis in.
So LaRoche still at first, 2 outs now in the 6th. 1 in the 4th, 3 in the 5th, and 1 here in the 6th for the A's. Jesus takes low. DeJesus walked in the 1st, bounced out in the 3rd, hit by a pitch, and scored a run in the 5th. So he's been on base twice out of that leadoff spot. Fly ball left field. Rayburn is under it. Side retired. A's get a run. So we're headed to the 7th inning from the Coliseum. It's the A's 5, the Tigers 1. For all the action, Sports Radio 95.7. Broadcast start with the pregame show, Chris Townsend, and then the Bob Guerin Show. Following the broadcast, it's the postgame wrap-up. Townsend returns to host A's Talk. That's the Oakland A's coming to you on Sports Radio 95.7 FM. A's with a 5-1 lead over the Tigers, and we've reached the 7th inning. Good way to face Miguel Cabrera with a 5-1 lead, leading off the 7th inning.
Well, the A's came into this game with a bullpen that's been worked quite a bit, and the best thing right now is for Trevor Cahill as he's pitching the 7th inning. And with the pitch count being what it is at now 86, there's a pretty good chance that we could go at least 7th, 8th, and maybe turn it over to somebody in the 9th. That's assuming he has a good couple of innings, which he is capable of doing.
Oh, 0-2 to Cabrera with Rayburn on deck, and then it'll be Kelly. Quick look at the scoreboard. Busy day. The Rangers will be playing tonight. That's the national game. They're at New York. Ogando and Sabathia, the matchup there.
It would take about 4 hours.
You think? Texas, after that game, will head home. They will start a 3-game series with the Angels on Monday. That'll be the start of a 10-game homestand for Texas. And remember, their season opening homestand, they went 6-0. So the Rangers, one more in New York before heading home as Cabrera is retired.
Cabrera is like Vladimir Guerrero, ball on the ground, and hit a line drive to center field.
Number 25, Ryan Rayburn.
Yeah, there they are. 5 ground, 6 in the air, 8 strikeouts.
First pitch to Rayburn is inside. The White Sox won again, or the Angels, excuse me. The Angels won again, beating the White Sox 4-2. So the Angels are playing very good baseball. They've won 5 in a row. Danny Herron got the win, Ray. He's 4-0 with a 1.16 ERA.
Yeah, he is very good. There's no doubt.
Burley the loss, so Angels are hot. Red Sox beat the Blue Jays 8-1. John Lester gets his first win. So the Red Sox win consecutive games for the first time this year. One-two pitch to Rayburn is high. Mariners beat the Royals 3-2. Michael Pineda got the win. He's 2-1. So the young man pitching well for the Seattle Mariners. Mariners break a 4-game losing streak. Strike 3 called. Rayburn has struck out 3 times. That one looked to me like it was right down the middle.
Well, that's kind of where Landon Powell set up. But the two-seamer, he may have thought it was a little bit high, but the stride, even with the stride, kept it about belt high.
So since the home run by Wells, Cahill has done exactly what great pitchers do. He's retired 5 in a row. Don Kelly hits it on the ground, and it gets past LaRoche and into shallow left field. LaRoche was playing in. So we'll see what the ruling is. And it's going to be an error.
So this is a tough play because, first of all, it's a left-hander hitting the ball opposite way, and the ball just scooted. And that's a tough error. Especially playing evil with the bat. I mean, you're penalizing the hitter and also the fielder. And I think in this case, if he does catch it, it's a spectacular play. Considering it hit the grass and then scooted, stayed down, shot past him.
Well, that's the 6th error in this series for the A's.
If we're on the road, that'd be changed to a hit.
That's a hit on the road, no doubt.
No, they'd say error first and then change it. And nobody's listening.
2-0 to Johnny Peralta. A couple of ground outs for Peralta. One to short and one to third. Pennington has it. He'll flip to Ellis, side, retired. So an air, nothing else. 7th inning stretch from the Coliseum, 5-1 Athletics. With a 5-1 lead behind Trevor Cahill. Starting to just move around a little bit in the A's bullpen. He's kind of shaking it out a little bit. Cahill in control right now. There you see the wristbands. It's the kids' wristband, and that was the giveaway today here at the Coliseum. Good looking wristbands. Barton, Jackson, and Willingham to face the lefty Brad Thomas. First pitch is a strike. A couple more scores that I didn't get to in the American League. Cleveland beat Baltimore 4-2. So the Indians stay hot. They are 11-4 now. The Orioles have lost 7 in a row.
Welcome back, Grady Sizemore.
Yeah, it's a great story. Good for him.
Real great story. Good to see that he is back. And tough problem with the knees, but back today. Well, the 2 for 4 with a home run.
Yep, 2 for 4. So the Indians playing great, and they get Grady Sizemore. Peralta to first, and Barton is retired. Minnesota beat Tampa Bay 4-2. So the Twins avoid the sweep. Dunsing got the win. And here's your big story as Jim Leyland comes out. Joe Nathan did not close the game. And we'll tell you why when we come back. It's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Tune Up. Your oil change, tune up, and smog experts. of the 7th, Jim Leland has gone to his bullpen. Alberto Albuquerque. We call him Al.
Everybody does.
Yeah. Al Albuquerque, who made his major league debut on Friday and pitched very well. He was impressive.
Yeah, he was outstanding in the game on Friday and really shut down the A's, especially when they had an early 1-0 lead. Could not add on, and Cabrera tied it in the 9th.
One hopper to Kelly at third. Kelly's been busy today.
That time now for the forward right choice to go back early in the game. Cabrera looked like he had extra bases leading off the second inning, but Connor Jackson stepped onto the warning track and then banging into the wall. But great concentration on a ball that he caught and then knew within a couple of steps he was going to hit the wall hard. He did, but he held on, and that definitely is our forward right choice. Great day for Connor Jackson.
2 outs for Willingham. Willingham swings at a ball in dirt. Sorry, I want to tell you about this Twins thing. Matt Capps closed and got the save today. He has replaced Joe Nathan as the closer. It was Joe Nathan who went to the manager and the pitching coach and said, I think you need to make a move. How about that? Nathan has struggled, a couple blown saves in that series, but so we don't know why, but that was it.
Well, I think one of the reasons is he missed the whole year last year with Tommy John surgery. And when you miss a whole season and you come back and you're thrown in the closer role, there's a heck of a lot of pressure.
No question.
And, you know, coming off of the 2009, when his last appearance in New York wasn't very good
that's
either.
Right. He got knocked around a little bit in the playoffs.
So to miss the whole season, which was devastating to the Twins, even though they won the division, but then all of a sudden to come back and throw in that role, I think it's great. I mean, I'm sure Ron Garden hired Rick Anderson, figured he's a closer, put him in there, but, you know, they have Capps as a closer, get a chance to bring Joe Nathan back slowly. And, you know, I guess maybe they wanted Nathan to do what he did, come to them. But I think it's a great move. It gives him a chance to get in less than pressure situations, build up what he needs to get back to the closer. He's definitely going to be the closer.
Sure. 2-2 to Willingham. And Willingham swings and misses, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. So we're on to the 8th at the Coliseum. 5-1 A's.
Every Tuesday home game starting in May, with the exception of premium and dual events. You'll save $17 on parking, and it's all courtesy of Chevy. See your Northern California Chevy dealer for a great selection of Chevy cars, trucks, and crossovers. For more information, visit OaklandAthletics.com/Tuesday. new Tahoe, driving out here.
Yeah.
Tuesday night, park for free. Will not work Tuesday night. That's a premium.
Is it? Red Sox, probably.
Red Sox. It starts in May anyway. We're still in April. Seems like it's May, but you're right, Laura. Thank you.
So your first one will be May 3rd against the first place Cleveland Indians.
Manny Acta, congratulations him, second year with the Tribe, and it is early, there's no doubt, but I'm sure the city of Cleveland has to be ecstatic with the start by the Tribe. Maybe they won't be thinking football so early, as I know the case many years ago when I was playing there. They couldn't wait for football spring camp to start. We'd end up on page 6.
If you won.
Well, yeah, and they actually started the season. No, it's just we didn't have very good teams, so it's not surprising.
Avila checks his swing, and the pitch is low. So 2-2 is the count. Avila, Wells, Rhymes here in the 8th inning.
Assuming Dallas Braden can make his next start, and we're hoping that is the case. He is day-to-day after leaving the game last night with shoulder stiffness. The A's do have an off day tomorrow, so that means Trevor Cahill would get an extra day. The A's will stay in term with their rotation. So as a result, he is right now at 104 pitches, and shouldn't be any problem for him to continue. His next start would be in Seattle, as the A's will head to Seattle starting Thursday for a 4-game series, and then on to Anaheim for 3. 7 games against the Western Division rivals.
Base hit left field. Avila has his first hit. Well, join us Tuesday night when the A's begin that short 2-game set against the Boston Red Sox. Brett Anderson against John Lackey. Our coverage begins at 6:30 with A's pregame live, and that's on Comcast Sportsnet Plus. Remember, Comcast Sportsnet Plus on Tuesday. There's the channels for standard definition and high definition. So again, Comcast Sportsnet Plus on Tuesday. The A's and the Red Sox. Sharks will be on the main channel, Comcast Sportsnet California. First pitch is low to Casper Wells. So Avila with the leadoff single. Action down in the A's bullpen. Full action. Lefty and righty, Ziegler and Blevins. That is diving play by LaRoche. Throws to second, and they got him at second.
Wow, what a play.
Terrific play by Andy LaRoche, and a very close play at second, and they get Avila.
I thought he'd come up throwing to first, but the speed of Wells and maybe thinking since he had to dive, go to the short route. And a very good play. Mark Ellis really didn't have a chance to stretch. He maybe didn't know what was going to be happening, but maybe the tightness in the legs of catcher Avila couldn't get down there quickly, and maybe that's the reason LaRoche went the short route with the catcher running. But tremendous play. Andy LaRoche to rob Wells of extra bases, and Trevor Cahill a chance to stay in the game.
So you want to get these hitters right here so you don't have to see Cabrera in this inning. Mark Ellis has it, spins to second for one, back to first, double play, 4-6-3, and that's a biggie. Bottom of the 8th coming up, 5-1 A's. Cahill, 9 strikeouts through 8 innings tonight, so he's got the strikeout pitch working. Big run, or the big inning, was a 3-run 5th inning for the A's. The last 2 coming on Willingham's 2-run single, so the A's got a little help from Brad Penny with a couple of walks, and they took advantage. Also single runs for the A's in the 4th and the 6th. So 1-4-0 for Detroit, 5-4-1 for the Athletics as we have hit the bottom of the 8th inning. So Trevor Cahill. There is action out in the A's bullpen, so we'll see what happens with Cahill in the 9th, but he's got a 5-1 lead.
I think he's done. 111 pitches, and the A's have a 4-run lead. They had a 5-run lead last night.
So when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change tune-up and spog experts, as you see Daniel Schlereth, the left-hander, facing Matsui, Ellis, and Powell. Hideki Matsui is 0 for 3. He does have an RBI ground out. Strike in the inside corner. Quick 0-2 to Matsui. Breaking ball, and Matsui just got a piece of it. Just enough to stay alive.
I think he did the same thing that Vila did earlier. Immediately turned around and told Wally Bell that he had fouled the ball. Tyson Ross gets loose probably for the 9th inning.
This time, Matsui did go around, did not come up with a foul ball, so Matsui strikes out. He's 0 for 4.
Now batting, second baseman.
That's too far with the bat.
14, Mark Ellis.
Good looking lid.
It's heavy.
Yep. So Mark Ellis hits with 1 out. One other note from baseball today, Ray. Our old friend Barry Zito placed on the disabled list today. How about that? Hurt his foot fielding a bunt last night. Some swelling. So he is on the disabled list, and that's a pretty big story simply because he's never been on the disabled list.
Never missed a start.
356 regular season starts. He's never missed due to injury. But he is going to be on the shelf for a couple weeks. That one's hit well. Jackson racing back, still going back, and it's off the wall. Mark Ellis with a 1-out double, his 2nd double of the game.
Ellie got the night off last night with the exception of the 9th inning, went in for defense, but got the day, and of course he wanted to be in the game today because of ground ball pitching with Trevor Cahill and a couple of doubles down the left field line, and this one to left center. Always great to see the outfielder turn his back, playing the ball, carry him off the wall. Ellis with a 1-out double.
So 2nd double for Ellis, 3rd double for the A's. And here's Landon Powell. Powell doubled and scored in the 5th. Fastball first strike. In the 9th inning, it'll be Jackson, Bosch, and Cabrera. 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Tigers, after this game today, will head to Seattle for a 3-game series. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then they will head back home. A's will head to Detroit for a 2-game series, July 19th and 20th. That's a Tuesday and a Wednesday, and that's it. 2-game series.
An off day before traveling.
Yeah. We'll travel on Monday.
And go where after that?
New York.
That's right.
The week right after the All-Star break.
2 games in the Motor City. That's amazing. Really, I mean, it's one thing to have, well, same with the Red Sox here, but I don't think the A's go back to Boston for 2 4-game series. I know there's, I think it's 2 3-game series.
It is, yep, 2 3-game series. So
2 4-game series. That's very unusual. But just follow whatever happens with the schedule. Take the dartboard and start throwing the schedule.
Rhymes trying to hold Ellis close at second. Powell fouls it to the right. All the games in the American League are done. We gave you those scores. Cardinals and the Dodgers still playing in LA. Giants and the Diamondbacks still playing in Arizona. Cubs and the Rockies still playing in Denver. The 2-2 now to Landon Powell.
Ellis likes to dance off and at least think about drawing a throw. Very good base runner. Does all the things in the game of baseball the way you like to see a player. Not surprising he is still playing as long as he has and continues to do a great job. Knows how far he can get off, knows where the second baseman is.
Right drive to left. Rayburn comes in, so Landon Powell, another hard hit ball, but into the glove of the left fielder. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th.
Now batting, third baseman, number 21.
And Andy LaRoche will get his 4th at bat. LaRoche, strikeout, ground out, and a walk, and he's going to get another walk. So the Tigers are going to want to face Pennington batting right-handed. There's the 4-pitch intentional walk. Pennington has just 9 at-bats right-handed. He does have 4 hits this year, so 4 for 9. Tyson Ross is loose and ready to go out in the A's bullpen. He's been throwing for a while now. He's just standing on the mound waiting.
Tyson Ross last year, of course, with the A's in the bullpen. Went back down to start to close. Then he had some injuries. Spring training trying to be the 5th starter. But he is, at this point now, just try to get loose the bullpen, and probably is not bad for a reliever, considering you get stretched out to start, where you can take a little bit longer to get loose. He is getting ready very quickly and adapting to the role in the bullpen. The old saying goes, pitchers and players will say, whatever I can do to help the club and stay in the big leagues. I'll do it.
So 0-2 to Pennington. Goes after a high fastball. A little pop up to Cabrera right on the line. Makes the catch. A's strand a pair. Ninth inning coming up. A's trying to get win number 8. Ninth inning, A's trying to wrap it up. They have a 5-1 lead over the Detroit Tigers. And when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune Up, your oil change tune-up and smog experts, as Tyson Ross will try to get the final 3 outs. Pumps a fastball in for a strike to Austin Jackson. Ross was the losing pitcher here on Friday night. Pitched 1 inning, gave up 3 runs, 2 earned. Austin Jackson with a leadoff single here in the ninth. So Ross takes over for Cahill. Terrific outing. No walks and 9 strikeouts for Trevor Cahill today. So his best outing of the year.
Number 26, Brandon Bosch.
So Cahill will enjoy some time off, and he'll get ready to pitch Saturday up in Seattle. Here's Bosch. First pitch is low. A couple of Cal alums here, huh? Bosch and Ross squaring off.
Connor Jackson in right field.
See, Bosch is 25 years old. Ross right around that age, so they were probably teammates. (2-0) with Cabrera in the on-deck circle. And there's a strike.
Trevor Cahill today with the 9 strikeouts, but also faced 26 batters, 20 first pitch strikes. So ahead of the count, getting the job done, and boy, when you put up a 0 in the walk column, no 8 innings.
So now Bosch has worked it into a hitter's count at 3-1. Ziegler and Blevins up again, just in case Ross gets in any trouble here tonight. A shot foul, so now full count. So Cabrera on deck, and then Rayburn would be after him. Foul tip. Just gets a piece of it, does Bosch. So again, make sure you join us Tuesday, 6:30 on Comcast Sportsnet Plus for the A's and the Red Sox. Struggling Red Sox, although they have won a couple games in a row, they'll bring a 4-10 record into the Coliseum. Another foul ball by Bosch. And a star-studded lineup, so it's always fun when the Red Sox come to town.
Check the payroll. Adrian Gonzalez, a newly signed contract, along with Carl Crawford. 2 off-season acquisitions, and it's about a $300 million commitment to 2 players. Well deserved. They're both stars, although Crawford is not off to a great start.
Again, foul to the left side. This one's going to drop in the A's bullpen. Bosch, a ground out, a strikeout, and a fly out. So he's covered it all today, 0 for 3.
And with a 3-2 count, he can sit nothing but fastball, and looks like he's expanding his zone just to stay alive. Foul off tough pitches. Again.
Well, he's not going to take a lot. He is a free swinger, but very strong. And the gap, a big one in right center. So another payoff pitch. Strike 3 called outside corner, and Bosch swung at all the other ones, did not swing at that one, which is hard to believe.
Well, that's a nasty fastball. I mean, to be maybe out of strike zone just a tad, but this one a perfectly placed fastball outside corner. And that's one you kind of tip your hat, although he wanted to throw his bat. He headed to first thinking and hoping to get a call, but Wally Bell liked what he saw and rang him up. So it took 10 pitches, but he got the strikeout.
So that'll bring up Cabrera. First pitch strike to Cabrera, 92 miles an hour.
If you're a young player facing this guy, it'll make you wonder, hey, maybe I belong.
Yep. As long as you get him out. Cabrera is 0 for 3 in the ball game. First at bat, he had a long drive to right center that Connor Jackson made a terrific running play on. He has also struck out and fly ball to center field. So Cabrera 2 for 12 in the series.
And a good fastball, a little movement coming inside, and mostly just a powder river. Let it go.
Got him swinging. Boy, oh boy, how about that?
Yeah, that'll make you feel great.
I was going to say, he does belong.
Yes. But basically just threw fastballs, and after the fastball called out with Bosch, he just went right after Cabrera. I think this is great by Landon Powell, just saying your best pitch is your fastball, although he threw some very good sliders in Chicago.
So Ryan Rayburn with 2 outs. He takes the first pitch on the inside corner first strike. Rayburn 0 for 3. He has struck out 3 times. So Tough day so far for the Tigers left fielder. Slider and a good one.
That's the nasty slider. He threw that in the game in Chicago, the 3-inning game that he pitched, the A's winning in extra innings. And he was nasty. It comes in, looks like a fastball, and then disappears the outside part of the plate. Go on an easy mid-90s, 95 fastball.
Left field, A's have a man there. It's Willingham, and that's the ball game. So the A's win it 5-1. They lose the first 2 games of this series, come back and win the last 2. And that also gets the A's back to the 500 mark. They are 8-8. So Trevor Cahill, terrific. The A's some offense today, and they win it by a final score again. A's 5 and the Tigers 1. Don't go away. A's postgame live with Henry Wolf.